Okay, so I want to do a quick video for you guys on the Mercedes M278 and M273 engines. If I'm incorrect, someone go ahead and correct me. So this is the V8 twin turbo from 2012 to 2013. So they only made this engine for this S-Class for only 2 years. The ones before this from 08 to 010 are still V8s, but they're just naturally aspirated. But most things basically are the same. One difference is the twin turbo, but parts are basically the same. So what I want to show you guys is basically this would be the back of the engine. This is a firewall, and you have a space between the body of the car and another firewall. So behind here you have this is the heater control valve. As you can see, it's broke, and you also have these plastic fittings. So what happened was this failed, this broke off, leaked out coolant everywhere, basically drained the whole system. So what do you want to change that? Also in the process of, because these are actually cracking, you can see a crack right there. It didn't fail, but it's going to soon, so I just changed them to metal T-fittings. I bought these at Home Depot. You can see the size right there. So 1 inch, 1 inch, and half it. So you have 1 inch, 1 inch, and half inch. So this is 1 inch, 1 inch, and this right here would be a half inch. As you can see them right here. And also behind there you have an auxiliary water pump. This didn't fail, but I just said I'm going to change this in some already around there. And you can see here's a new one. And you have 2 of these around there. You can see both of them are changed. And I did take the wiper shards off to get to all of that. That's the wiper shards. And one of the wiper motors are out. And you also have a plastic fitting down here. You probably won't be able to see it, but it's right behind the engine here. That also breaks. I'm going to put a picture in the description for you guys so you guys can see it. But I'm going to throw it back in and I'll show you guys how it's actually set up. Alright guys, so here's everything installed. So you have one of the T-fittings here, one there. You have the auxiliary water pump right here, which one hose goes from here to the heater core valve, and then the other one goes down here back into the fitting. That's in the back of the engine right here that always leaks. Like I said, I will put a picture on the screen so you guys can see that. And I took out the airbox over here and the battery to get to this right here to get it in easy, because it basically mounts in the bracket right here. When it's in the bracket, you can't really get much room to put it on the T-fitting because it is a tight fit. So I just took the box out to get more access. And I do have it under pressure right now. So far it hasn't moved, as you can see. But when you do these kind of fittings, just make sure you try to bend the fittings, because one of them was leaking. Because I did try to pressure test it before, one was leaking, but it only leaked when you touched it. It only leaked when you touched it. When you move it from where it actually sits, it leaks. So I changed the clamp on that. But as you can see, heater control valve here, auxiliary water pump, and the new T fittings, which they do. But someone tell me why these two lines come back to right here, yeah, to the windshield washer fluid. I don't know why, but there's no coolant in here. This is just windshield washer fluid. This is actually blue in here, and you can see right now the coolant is green. But why does it come? Why is there a coolant line from the coolant hoses to the windshield washer reservoir? Someone tell me why, or how no coolant goes into the body right here, and how doesn't it pull out windshield washer back into the cooling system? It doesn't do it, but it's connected to it. So if you guys know, let me know. The only thing left to do now, I gotta put back in the airbox, the battery, and the other windshield wiper motor, and the windshield shrouds and stuff like that. But let me show you guys again. There you go. Hasn't moved, so it's holding pressure, so we have no leaks. Let me show you guys the heater control valve one more time, so you can see it should have 4 of these, but it only has 1, because 1, 2, 3 broke. So we have 1 here, 1 on the top, 1 on this side, 1 at the bottom on the same side here. This is the one that actually broke, the top one. That's what failed. While I was taking the caps off, this one broke and this one broke. And there were cracked coolant hose or T fittings. As you can see, there's a crack right in there. And on the other one, there is a crack right there. And you can see it's coming all the way up to the top. You know, eventually it was going to fail. So I caught it before on our original auxiliary water pump, which is still good, so I'm going to keep that, but that's no good. And just make sure when you do these, make sure you don't forget to connect your connectors back on each one. And that's it right now for the S550. I'm going to put everything back together, put coolant in, start it up, take it for a drive, let it warm up. So there it is, all back together. Shrouds the only thing. Still see it down through here, but you can't really do much with everything on right here. And the coolant hoses that go to this, that I was asking you guys about, I figured out what it's for. So basically coolant runs through this line all the way down, back up, and back into the engine. So the warm coolant keeps the windshield washer fluid from freezing in the winter time. So you can see this right now, they're both hot, so don't really lean on them because they're hot, because there's coolant flowing through the lines.